Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first podcast of the 25-26 school year. I am pleased to be able to introduce our first guest. He is the principal of Lake County High School. Please welcome Dr. Jamie Elliott.
Hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Really glad to be here at Lake County High School. It's my first year as a principal, and I truly love this. And I'm listening to this. It's Star Wars.
Yes.
What do you know about Star Wars over
I
us?
know a lot about Star Wars. Quite a bit.
That is my show. I can do it word for word.
Sometimes I feel like I know more than I should, and sometimes I don't think I know enough. All right, well, Dr. Elliott, first of all, thank you for being the first guest this year. We wanted to do this last year with you, and the timing just didn't work out, so I'm glad we're able to do it. I have about 20 questions here. We might get through all of them, and we might not. But the first one I'd like to ask you is, what inspired you to become a school principal?
Well, I have to tell you, it was my elementary school principal. His name was Mr. Gene Ross. And I remember him in kindergarten that when he walked into a room, the school got quiet. His voice was really demanding. He demanded attention. He demanded order. And I said one day that I wanted to be like him, but I didn't want to be a school teacher. I wanted to be a politician. So I went, and sure enough, through the quest of time, I became a school principal.
So did you think about politics first, or was it always?
Oh yeah. That's what I wanted to be. My first ever job, and forever, was to be a politician. I wanted to be a congressman. I wanted to be a senator. I wanted to be all of those, and then I wanted to I wanted to go get my law degree. I wanted to be an international attorney because I spoke so many languages, and so I wanted to be an international attorney first. But it didn't work out because when I got accepted to Boston University, I had a choice whether to go to law school or to go into the education field, and so I received a invitation from my alma mater, Middleton High School. They said they were needing a Spanish teacher, and I said, okay, I'll do it because I need the money, and also it's only for a year, and it kind of be 20 years.
That sounds like me and math.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
All right, so you've been a principal for how many years have you been a principal?
Well, this is my first year having the title, but I was a principal. They call it center coordinator at Washington Douglas Head Start. I was there for 3 years, and then I was for 3 years the teacher leader at Fayette Ware Comprehensive High School, the freshman academy down there. But I never had the title because of circumstances that I had to endure during those 15 years, and so I didn't want to go get a degree. I didn't have the strength or the tenacity of getting up and doing these things. So yeah.
Okay. So how would you define a successful school?
To define a successful school, I would like to see kids learning. Now, many people think by walking in the halls are clear and it's quiet defines a successful school. It does not. When you walk in and it's completely chaotic, when the kids are standing up and they're working together in groups, they're learning, they're debating, that's a success because you have kids who are teenagers who do not want to learn. That's one thing. They don't want to know that they're learning because that's the fad. But if you give them a technique or you give them a strategy that encourages them to learn without knowing that they're learning, it's a very good success. When teachers are here on time, when kids are here present, that is a successful school. I don't really look at the scores. I look at what teachers see and what they want in their lives as well as the kids.
And cool. And knowing all that, what do you think the biggest lesson you have learned so far in being a school leader?
Well, you have to understand my story. When I when I started the education ministry, when I started wanting to be a school leader, I was raised by, and I say raised, but I had some mentors who were, I say Nazis, but they weren't really Nazis. They were hard. They would discourage sometimes. They would go over the lessons. They would go over the standards. They pretty much allowed me to be a robot. I'm not going to mention their names, but they really much created a robot. Go by the standards. You can sleep better at night is what they told me. They also told me, make sure you stand up for what you believe in. Make sure that you go in with this Machiavellian way of thinking, and it works. And I have to tell you, it does work in school districts, but you have to understand that every school has a different climate, has a different culture, and you have to adapt to those cultures and you have to adapt to that climate. Because if you come in and the climate is peaceful and the climate is working very well, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go in and you have to change. So the change mechanism was a lesson that I had to learn, learning how to change. When you're in Jackson, you had to be hard. You had to be tough. You had to go in there knowing that you're going to, you're going to get hit. And there's going to be some times to where you're going to lose some things, but you're going to gain a lot. So that was the attitude I had. But when I came here, it's a totally different lesson and a different kettle of fish.
All right, so now that we've talked about your biggest lesson, what do you think is one challenge that you wish more people understood about being a principal, a school leader, what have you? What is the one thing you wish people knew was an actual challenge that maybe they don't think is?
Well, everybody knows more than the principal. Everybody has different ideas. And I was one of those. I was a member of the parking lot faculty meetings. And when you think about that, that's when teachers go and they talk. And when they do talk, it's mostly about the leadership. And we principals know what they're talking about. Because, truth be told, like I said, everybody thinks they can do the job until they get it. And then when they get it, so many people, some of my friends who were like me in those faculty parking lot meetings, got the job and they were stressed out in the hospital going through because they knocked it until they tried it. And when they tried it, they got in here and it was tough.
All right. So talking about things being tough, and of course climate's change, you mentioned every school has a different climate. How do you see technology shaping the future of not only education, but the climate of education?
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. If we don't start now, we're going to have a lot of kids disappointed. AI is going to take a lot of these kids' jobs. I mean, let's just put the cards on the table. If we are not successful in letting them become more custom and more knowledgeable of technology, they're going to be in trouble. And the reason why I say that is because we grew up in the 90s, you and I. Those were some good times.
Yes, they were.
When we had the computer there and we had the AOL, we had, mom would get upset with me because we had the computer in there and she's trying to get on the phone and she couldn't get on the phone because we had the phone cord.
Or you flip it, they get a phone call and you get kicked off.
That's it. Oh, man.
that was the worst.
That would mess me up because especially when I had a friend on AOL, I was texting, we were having a great time, but that was in the 90s, and we were able to use that technology for our advantage. Now the technology has gotten smarter. Now the technology has now got AI. You got these AI things in here who can actually do better than a lawyer. You have an AI person who comes in here who can do better than any psychiatrist. So I have a lot of students who want to be lawyers, Mr. Wright. I have a lot of students here who want to be psychiatrists. But now not only are they competing against students who are bilingual, they're now having to compete against students who are AI.
Yeah.
So our kids are going to have to be more knowledgeable of technology and how to get ahead of AI.
I 100% agree. We actually did a project last week with the 50 top jobs that have already been taken over by AI or will be by next calendar year, by the end of it. And some of them are crazy. Political analysts, historians. There were some library science type things in there.
Yes.
Things that you think you would have to have a human for. Nope, just a machine.
Just type it up.
So it's getting there. I think it's mesmerizing, and I think it's really, really incredible. But at the same time, it's really, really scary.
Exactly.
But I've also seen I've also watched all the Terminator movies, so that's where my brain goes.
That's where it reminded me of when I said, once again, the 90s.
Yeah.
Terminator 2.
Chat GPT today, T1000 tomorrow.
Exactly.
What was talking about all this, and you've mentioned being bilingual and everything, was foreign language your favorite subject in school, or did you have another favorite subject?
Yes, history. I can go world history. I felt myself, you have to understand, I was bullied when I was in high school. I was the nerd, and that's why, I cannot watch Family Matters even to this day because I was called Steve Urkel. I hate that. And I would sit there most of the time in home and in the library reading world history books because I love to see where we've come as a human race. And then it went to world history, and then that's what sparked my attention to learn different languages. So now when I got different languages, it's sort of kind of I can able to now sort the pieces together with world history, Francisco, and then you're learning all those Isabella and Ferdinand and the history of Spain. I went into the history of Spain. How did Spain become it was amazing. So world history and foreign languages are neck and neck.
I always liked history when I was in high school too, but I've kind of gotten away from it. But it's just amazing what we don't learn from history, what we take from here and there, and we almost try to make it fit today when you're trying to put a square peg in a circle or whatever, What is a hobby or talent that students here might be surprised that you have?
Hobby or talent?
Just anything.
I fish. I like to fish with my brother, and I love to go out and enjoy the country. I love the countryside. I also hunt. People look at that and say, "You don't hunt." Yes, I hunt. I cannot wait until dove season. I cannot wait until rabbit season. And most importantly, I can't wait to deer season. Deer season is always the week before Thanksgiving and rifle season. I do a lot of that because it takes me away from the stress of the job.
Understood. How do you see our school preparing students for jobs that don't even exist yet? We were just talking about the AI and how that's taking over, but I think with the technology coming, it's going to create more jobs that we as humans will have to take care of. So how do you think we could prepare for that?
I think it's, like you said, it's the technology and what you got in here, the esports and the podcast, the things that you're creating. I tip my hat to you. That is exactly what we need to go into. We need to put technology in everything because the blackboards that we used in the 90s and the whiteboards that they're using right now will be a memory when my daughters get to high school. They're going to have to use the technology that they have to create better technological advanced jobs. One of the things that they will have to do also is that we have to push in the bilingualism because the world itself is getting smaller. People are now hiring people in China. People are now hiring people in Saudi Arabia. We need to introduce the school with more foreign languages. So when they go to these places, like the military, they can get better acquainted and better jobs with those experiences.
All right, and then talking about our students, I have 3 questions here that they're going to kind of focus on the students. The first one being, if you could describe our students in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Very, very, very intelligent.
I like that. A
lot of people have underestimated Lake County High School.
You're not wrong. I actually, when I was getting my master's degree, my wife worked here at the time. She taught history, and I had an assignment where I had to job shadow for a day. So I sat in with the geometry teacher at the time, whose name I won't mention, for no reason. I just don't want to throw him out there, And I fell in love with the community.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that this was a community that, yes, there may be some kerfuffles here and there, but at the end of the day, I have never seen a more tight-knit community than we have here in Lake County. And I used to live all over Middle Tennessee. I do live in Obion County now, and we don't have that sense of community that I think Lake County has.
Yes.
And I do wish more of our students realized the community that they have here that does not exist anywhere else. I've been all over the United States.
Yes.
This is the only time I've seen it, is the community that's built here.
Yes. Same here.
Anything. A football game, they're there.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball game, they're there. I hope to eventually have esports opened up to the public, and I know people will be here because this community cares.
Amen.
And that's why I'm still
right.
here. The community is the reason why
Yes.
I'm still at Lake County.
I've been to many schools too, and you can't find it anywhere. And many people, and many teachers think that the grass is greener on the other side. It's not. It's because the grass is growing under a sewer. That's what it's growing on top of a sewer. So you're exactly right.
What do you hope every graduate takes with them after they leave Lake County High School?
The memories, definitely the memories. And I want them to know that their degree has value. I don't want them to be like Clarence Thomas and put a 2 cents or 10 cent price tag on his Yale license or his Yale law degree. I want the students to know moving forward that when employers and when colleges and universities and when the military see that a Lake County alum is headed their way, then they should be able to say that kid got some experience behind him.
And talking about what you hope they take with them, what advice would you give students about making the most of these 4 years they have at Lake County? And some only have 1 or 2 now, but
They wait to the last minute. Don't wait to the last minute. That's what we throw in the capstone projects here at Lake County High School. You don't wait to the last minute. That was the problem. That's always been the problem for every school. We wait to the senior year and then we ask the question, so what do I do now? Now the clock is ticking. The clock was ticking when you was in the 9th grade. You should be able to, by 12th grade, have a game plan ready to go. You're just ready to go. You should start your freshman year analyzing the kind of job choices and career paths you want to take. And then 10th grade, you should be able to talk about it and do more experiences with that. By 11th grade, you should be able to go out and shadow it, be able to see if this is what I really want. And by 12th grade year, you should have made a decision by the beginning of the 12th grade year.
I agree. I knew I wanted to be a teacher in the 2nd grade. I took one criminal justice class in high school and decided I was going to be an environmental lawyer.
Really?
As you can see, Dr. Elliott, I am not chained to a tree or cleaning up the ocean right now. I'm
That's
right
right.
here with you.
That's right.
So, I do have a degree in law, but teaching's where I just like helping others. And what better way to help than to be a teacher?
That's exactly right.
So, all right, well, that's enough of the serious conversation.
Okay.
I think we've gotten a pretty good idea of who you are as a principal and as a career and what you expect from students and staff alike, but we really don't know the real Dr. Elliott yet.
Oh, my
So I
goodness.
have 7 questions here
Okay.
that I plan on asking everybody. So if you're going to be a future guest, just, y'all get to cheat, but Dr. Elliott doesn't get that.
Oh,
My first question for you, Dr. Elliott. What is your favorite sandwich?
Oh, it's the Subway club sandwich, foot long, pepper jack cheese with everything on it, extra onions, extra jalapeno peppers,
I can dig it. I like a good Reuben.
and spicy mustard.
You got to do the spicy mustard.
Yes.
Spicy mustard's good. Cats or dogs?
It was dogs at first. I was a dog lover until I met my wife, and she had told me the value of having a cat. So right now we have a cat. His name is Tony. He's doing a job.
All right.
Unlike dogs, cats pay rent. When I say they pay rent, they go after the mice, they go after the squirrels, they go after the reptiles, and so
That's true. Snakes. They'll get. I get that.
they pay rent is what my wife says.
I'm a dog. My wife's allergic to cats, so we're dog
Really?
people regardless.
Really?
So, yeah.
Yes, I had a dog. He was a good old dog until I met the cat.
What's one thing that you own that you should really throw out?
Let me see here. That's a very good question. What is one thing that I own that I should throw out? The Christmas tree. I've had for 15 years. I had a Christmas tree and it should have been gone. I should have had my Christmas tree 5 years ago where my family could have, my new family, my wife and my 2 girls could have picked their own tree out. But we have not picked our tree out because it had so many memories. And I gotta throw that thing away now that you asked that question.
I get it.
Mhm.
Have you ever been in a position where you were able to ask someone for their autograph?
Yes,
You might have asked who it was.
Al Gore.
Oh wow.
He was right there in Tennessee. He came
Vice president or before that or
vice president and as a presidential candidate. Let's see, who else did I meet? I met 2 others. I think I met the vice president, and of course, I met the senators. Of course, I went to many dinners with them and congressmen. Marsha Blackburn was one of them that I got autograph from. But yeah,
do you still have them somewhere?
they're somewhere. I think it's in my mom's house.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
she keeps a memorabilia of things that her kids have accomplished. So.
What is your favorite action movie?
Ooh, action, Star Wars, anything Star Wars.
I knew you were going to say that. Well, I
Anything.
wrote this question before I knew about your Star Wars love.
Oh, I'm Star Wars all about, man.
If it wasn't Star Wars, what would it be? Just curious.
If it would
'Cause Star Wars is good.
action movie, that what do I always watch? My wife says you always watch that. I think it was either Terminator. I watched the Terminators, but it's always been something done with space. So Star Trek, definitely. Anything dealing with space, I
Yeah.
don't know what fascinates me about those.
Because it's a lot of it.
Yes, I love it.
What number am I thinking of?
3.
Nope, you're close. You were close. And last question I have for you that Coach Howard wants me to ask every guest that we have on this program. Sonic or Dairy Queen?
Oh, Sonic. Sonic has the best onion rings, and I love onions. I'm a fan of onions. And of course, the foot-long chili dog that you have in there. You put ketchup on that, and then get some, and then of course the tater tots. I mean, that food's gonna make you regret it, and wait and everything else. But to tell you the truth, I never ate at Dairy Queen before. I got one ice cream there, but I've never eaten their burgers there because when you look at the Sonic burger, and it comes out in that bag, and it's greasy like that, and all that cheese, and
Do you know what's I don't think every Dairy Queen has these, but the ones here in Tiptonville, they have tacos.
Really?
Those are the best tacos.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So now you make me want to go try that out today.
Tacos.
Yeah, I might have to go try that.
Well, Dr. Elliott, I appreciate you being here. I guess that's what we call a wrap here in the podcasting business. Like I know what I'm talking about. This is like my fifth episode.
Yes, man.
But I do appreciate you being a part of it today. And for those of you listening, we are going to try to do this once a week. We do have some guests lined up. Some of them do work for the school, and some of them are, local leaders or people you may recognize from Facebook or TikTok videos or anything like that. We are going to be available on Spotify and YouTube and who knows what else in the future. This is a growing thing, and I appreciate all of you listening and your support. With that being said, I am Mr. Wright. This was the Talon, and I hope you all have a great day. Remember to do well and to do good.
Thank you so much.